My name is Sam Taylor. I'm 17 years old and I'm a senior this year. And a feminist to me is anyone that supports gender equality, whether you be male, female, cisgender, transgender, gender neutral. People at North are in two camps. I think we have a very activist feminist community. Like obviously our principal's a woman, and I think there's no active effort to sort of subvert the values of women in a business community or in a professional community. But I think by that same token, because we have members of the school who are so vocal about it, I think a lot of people feel like they don't need to participate, or it's not an issue that affects our community anymore, which I think by passively agreeing not to be active about it. I think there's a huge transition between elementary school, when you're still learning what it means to be yourself, between middle school and then especially high school. Like, I think once you get to that level of academics, you're very, very aware of the stereotypes imposed by media, imposed by friends, and I think that it's hard coming from a background where you're not necessarily conventional. Like a lot of my friends that played sports, even in middle school, as soon as they got to high school, they stopped playing sports, like if they're a woman, because they didn't want to look too toned, they didn't want to look too muscular, because that's not considered effeminate anymore. So I think that's a huge issue that needs to be addressed. And even now, like there's not a single professional women's sports teams that gets the attention of the media, that gets paid as well, that gets as recognized by conventional society, because it's not considered effeminate. I think women have the exact same physical capabilities that men have, and I think obviously men biologically are conditioned to be stronger and faster, but I think that that is nothing that we should push for women to feel. I think that if anything, we should encourage to train harder, to be better, to train more, to work harder at whatever sport they want to play. Even if it's something that we don't consciously agree with, like even if it's not something that you say, well, it's wrong that women aren't paid as much, or it's wrong that female athletes don't get as much attention, I think a lot of people would never consider doing anything about it. And I think we have this passive acceptance that like these structures are, and there's nothing we can do to change that. And I think moving forward, especially in a modern context with so many women around the world, with so much more access now to education, to sports, to opportunities that they wouldn't have had 10 or 15 years ago, I think it's so important now to teach young women the value of being themselves and whatever they want to do, that they would have a chance later in life to pursue those goals in the same way that men would. The most radical thing you can do, whether you're a male or a female who wants to be a feminist, the most radical thing you can do is listen to a woman that's been subjected to any kind of inferiority or stigmatism against her. Like it's great to say, well, society hates women, but like we at North as individuals are a part of that society. And if you reach out to a young woman that's experienced that and you hear her story and you listen to it, like you're going to be influenced by that. And I think the more we're willing to empathize with young women who are experiencing these things, I think the more willing we are as individuals to change. And as individuals, that change echoes outwards towards society.